This woman is not allowed to use you. And why this happens, I'm going to discuss in this video. Hi, guys. My name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relation, and attraction coach for you men to not only attract the high quality woman, but also to live a high quality life. And in this video, I really want to talk about this whole title, I'm Not Your Toy. And this is something I see a lot in our coaching sessions and when I talk to my men in my group master classes and my membership. And so I want to remind you of something, guys, that you are responsible for the women that you choose, and you are responsible of the women that you date, and you are responsible of how you show up in your relationships with women and how you're courting the women. And many times we have these limiting beliefs that actually make us attract either toxic women, the wrong women, or make us feel less about ourselves that we actually believe, and it shows up in relationships. So, if you think that you might be in a toxic relationship or want to stop this process of women using you and get better with women, I want you to identify if you are in a toxic relationship. You can download my free ebook about the 9 common signs that will prove that you are in a toxic relationship. If you want that free ebook, download it below. It's in the click in the description box and up here in the cards. Now let's get into it. I want you to understand that our romantic relationships bring out a lot of our things that we have inside of us that need to be worked on. And many times when we don't work on them, they will come out in our romantic relationships when we are in love with women or intimate relationships as well. And many times, a lot of us can think, oh, we're great when we're not in a relationship, but why do I get like this when I'm in relationships? And so it's important to understand that relationships are also our lessons to get better in life so we can truly find the person that basically you want to be with or live happier and really embrace these things that come up so we can resolve them and understand them and heal them. And so I don't want you to think that every woman out there or every woman that you choose is going to use you. There are women out there that will use a man because he is passive and he is very submissive. Many times when you become passive and submissive, you show someone that you lack respect for yourself. And what I've seen so much in the community is that many times men think that they have to portray to be this great, amazing man and prove to a woman that they are valuable. And just showing up enough is that you are valuable. Just because you are a man doesn't mean that you have to prove something. And a lot of times we come from this notion because, which I discuss a lot, is that men sometimes are not raised to understand how to choose a great woman, right? Women, when we are raised, we hear this all the time. Make sure you pick a good man. Make sure he takes care of the family. Make sure he has a great job. Make sure he treats his mother right. Make sure. And it's drilled in our head at a young age. But how often is it drilled in a man to choose a good woman? To choose a woman that's going to have values and embrace herself and her family and really show appreciation, be open, communicative, know what she wants, and so on, right? We're not talking about this. And this is why it's so important to understand that it doesn't have to always come from ego of where a lot of men will go when they get hurt. They go into this ego mentality and they just want to sleep with a bunch of women. And this is because it's just a trauma response and it's all acting from ego because that outer shell is protecting them. But when you look through that outer shell, they're not really happy because at the same time, they're using sex for validation. And that's not all the time what men want. There's so many men that also say, I don't want to just sleep with multiple women. That's not who I am. And so you also have to embrace a power of who you are. And so one of the things that I've noticed that men will do is they'll shower women with gifts. They'll love bomb them to an extreme because they don't want to lose them. They'll initiate constantly and not give the time to let a woman initiate either. And the times that she needs you is when she's in need of something. And so you have to be very particular of the woman that you choose. Many times when we get into relationships with women that are using us, it's because you rushed into it. You're painting all the red flags green and you want to make this woman work. And you're also getting into this fantasy illusion of how this woman looks. You're addicted to her beauty and you are seeing only her beauty. And that's where this illusion is happening that you want to get this woman. So in your mind, you're saying, I've never received or I've never gotten a beautiful woman like this. And so I don't want to lose her because I have the most beautiful woman. But beauty isn't everything. What is behind the curtain is what you need to start looking at, because at the same time, a beautiful woman can have a horrible curtain behind her, and also a beautiful woman can have an amazing curtain behind her. And just because she's a beautiful woman that you got now doesn't mean that you can't get one in the future as well. So many times I see people getting so fixated and so fixed-minded and saying, since this is the only beautiful woman and she's the most beautiful woman I got, this is the only time I'm going to be able to get a one, so I have to make this work, that's very passive thinking, and it's very fixed-minded thinking, right? In order for us to be open and embrace the thinking in a bigger perspective, with a glass more full, we should say, right? It's opening up the doors to show you that you can get a woman like this. And so the more that you look at yourself with pride and self-dignity and work on the flaws that maybe you have to do and work from, which comes from a lot of inner child work, trauma work that I talk a lot about on this channel, and also too, having standards for the women that you date. And so many times it's really important that when we go through these situations, we can feel really resentful. We can feel really angry and shameful, of course, too. So it's really important that you work through the shame, the resent, and anger. Because if you don't, you will constantly attract women that are going to be the same women, just different face, somewhat similar behaviors every time. So if you want to get better at attracting a high quality woman and attracting your dream girl that is going to respect you, that is going to honor you, first and foremost, you have to respect yourself and honor yourself. And so I want to show you, and I want to show you how you can do that. So what I want you to do next is I want you to watch this free training video all about how to attract your dream woman. I'll put it below in the description box as well. And as always, comment, and I'll do my best to return those comments as well below. Let me know what you're going through so I can help you out as well, as I always love hearing from you in my community. As always, I'll see you in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.